One of the main practices that we commonly see in the Hindu tradition is vegetarianism. In fact, India is the most vegetarian of countries today. And this honoring of life, this also practice of vegetarianism, has been a very important part of a number of Hindu sects or sampradayas and Hindu sadhanas as well. And it's generally been part of the monastic orders that go on. And Hindu traditions, including traditions coming out at the level of healing like Ayurveda, also stress the importance or the value of the vegetarian diet. And vegetarian diet has its importance ecologically today for creating a sustainable economy for the planet overall, as one of the main sources of pollution and global warming is the reliance on the meat diet. In Hindu thought, there is also the respect for and the care of the cow and the honoring of the creatures that are part of our agrarian life and part of our human society and part of our greater family. Now, that being said, it doesn't mean that one has to be a vegetarian to become a Hindu, or that if one eats meat, one is no longer a Hindu. In the Hindu tradition, there's been an embracing of many communities. For example, some of the mountain communities in the Himalayas, the vegetarian food is not always so easy to get even in Tibet, so there is some eating of animal food there. There is also some of the fishing communities will take fish. There is a variety of dietary customs within the Hindu Dharma, but generally it's recommended that at temples and for special sadhanas that the vegetarianism is emphasized, and also use of dairy products, the care of the cow. So while on one hand we have to honor the vegetarian aspect of the Hindu Dharma, we have to look beyond just simply vegetarianism as Hinduism. And even some of the Kshatriya traditions were allowed to eat meat or to do hunting as part of their particular practices, because the Hindu Dharma has teachings for everyone and recognizes the different cultures of the world. We can even compare this with Buddhism. Buddhist tradition also emphasizes ahimsa and vegetarianism, but there is not a single Buddhist country in the world that is vegetarian, because they're following the guidelines of their particular traditions and the particular types of agriculture that they have developed. Now, as we are in an era of agricultural abundance, we have greater agricultural techniques for producing food and vegetarian crops. We have less reason to be dependent upon animal sources of food and flesh for our diet. But even if we take the meat in the traditional cultures, whether the Hindu culture or the Native American culture, you only took what was required, and you had special rituals or prayers for the animal. It wasn't this massive meat industry such as we have today. So it's important to honor the vegetarian aspect of the Hindu Dharma, but also to recognize that the Hindu Dharma can embrace all communities, but it's directing us ultimately towards this deeper awareness and consciousness.